Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing? I'm Shannon. That's Karlee. This is Star City Live. Y'all check this out. Oh, yeah. One thing we definitely don't lack for around here is production value. So welcome to the second episode of Star City Live. We are live from Roanoke, Virginia. And the purpose of this show is we like to showcase all the local talent here, a lot of people that I've been working with who I think are pretty amazing. And this young lady right here, hey girl.
Hello.
How you doing?
Doing great.
So this is Karlee Raye, y'all. Say hi, Karlee.
Hi, y'all. It's your girl, Karlee Raye.
All right. So Karlee Raye is, what are you, 19, 20?
19. I'll be 20 in October.
All right.
I'm still at the age where I'm counting to my next birthday. Okay. I'm excited to be 20 years old.
So you're 19 and
Yeah.
so many months and so many days.
Yeah. And seconds.
So how many months old are you? Yeah.
In all of my life? Or like how
Yeah.
many months am I to being 20?
All your life.
Oh, I don't know. I'm
Well,
a
you said-
musician. All I got to do is count to 8. I don't have to count to too
Eight?
much. 16 maybe.
But 16. Oh, you do that complicated stuff. I just count to 4. That's it. So Karlee, so tell us where you're from. How did you get into music?
Oh,
And
Lord.
introduce yourself to my tens of followers here.
Okay.
Here you go.
Alrighty, so hey y'all, my name's Karlee Raye. I'm out of the Lynchburg area. I actually live in New London, which is right past the Sheets on 460. Hey, and I grew up in a very interesting way because I had all my grandparents and all my uncles and everybody beside me, and everybody went to church and everybody went to bluegrass festivals, and so when you grow up in that kind of life, you're being drugged to those things. And in church is where I really started to find my love for music. My grandma used to take me with her every day, or not every day, but a lot of days. We were in church a lot.
Mm-hmm.
She took me with her all the time to Emmanuel Baptist, and
Oh.
she was the one who led the congregation.
So you were there every Wednesday.
Oh, I was
twice
there with
on
my nanny when
Sunday.
when my nanny went, we'd always stay after, have the big
Oh yeah.
luncheons after
Oh,
church
yeah.
and all. Anyway,
Yeah.
so she was the singer. She was like the lead person. She led the congregation, and I just remember being little and looking at her and just thinking like, oh my gosh, like she's famous. Like my nanny's a superstar, and
Right.
I wanted to feel that way, and I wanted to be that way. And I used to always ask her, I say, Nanny, can I go up with you when you go to sing? And she would say, yeah, baby, you got to be real quiet. You got to be real quiet. And I'll say, okay, Nanny, I'll be quiet, which if you know me, that probably didn't happen. But I tried, know that the effort was there. So anyways,
Right.
I used to go up there with her and just hold on to her skirt and dance to her little gospel songs. And I don't know, that's kind of where it all
What are
started.
some of the gospel songs she would sing all the time? Do you
Oh,
remember?
Lord. Oh, gosh. She used to sing Going Home, which is probably my favorite that she sang as far as gospel songs go. But my nanny's a wonderful singer anyways. My nanny grew up, singing that mountain music. And, like, my nanny just, I don't know, she's one of those people. I always say she has, like, a mountain voice because when she sings, you just feel it. It's different. It's raw. It's country, and it's there. And, my nanny lived it.
It's mountain soul is what I
Mountain
like to
Soul
call
is what it is.
you
And
know.
my favorite song ever to hear her sing growing up was always Almost Persuaded by David Houston. It's
Oh,
a super
cool.
old country song,
Yeah.
but that's my jam.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So how old were you when you just decided, you know what, man, I really want to do this?
I wanted to do it my whole life. I've been, writing songs and making up things since I was a little kid, and I always, had like the little toy guitars. And there's actually a picture of me somewhere, Lord, I would hate to find it now. But anyways, there's a picture of me, and my mama went and bought me this like bright pink sequin tank top. Oh, you knew I thought I was it,
Yeah,
and I had this
yeah.
sparkly pink boa.
Yeah.
And she bought me this styrofoam microphone that was all bedazzled and pink. And there's a picture of me on her bed just flinging the boa and singing into the mic, like super
Aw.
dramatically. But I was, I always wanted to do it, and I got to an age where my parents were like, okay, she's old enough for us to want to spend money on a hobby and her not just ditch it in like a year or two. Because, music, it's not just something you just...
It's not for everybody.
It's an investment if
Right.
you're going to really make a living off of it
Right.
and, build a brand around
Yeah.
it. But, so they invested, and it hasn't stopped since I was probably 12 or 13. When I hit about 15 years old, I looked at my dad and I was like, I'm tired of playing for our chickens. Like, they're not that good of an audience.
Right.
They don't really tell me how I sound.
Tough
and,
crowd.
It is a tough crowd, And so he told me that, his New Year's resolution for that year was to get me somewhere in music.
Okay.
And so he set out, and literally that January of the new year, we went to every open mic. I mean, it was like Monday was our rest day. Tuesday we went to Chugs. Wednesday we went to Charlie's. Thursday we went to Fifth and Federal. Friday I usually had a show, and Saturday I usually had a show. And if I didn't, I was setting in with somebody. And on Sunday I was back in church playing again.
So you were busier than church.
Oh, it was a lot. It did. It got busier than church once my dad, I played in church first before the bars and everything. Thankfully, I'm glad I played in church before the bars, because I think it would have probably done me in if I had played in the bars and not the churches first. The church was always a great experience for me.
Yeah. That's kind of the same for me. I grew up playing in church, but my dad was a professional musician, and he played in bars. So when I was like, I want to say maybe 8 years old, maybe.
You were aware.
I was aware, and he's just like, hey, you want to go play drums? I'm like, yes, I do. And he took me to this club, and, it was a bar, and it was around Christmas. Santa Claus was there, so I was playing drums for Santa Claus in a bar at 8 years old.
You felt like the most famous 8-year-old.
Oh, man, it was crazy. But I say all that to say, I mean, I think that was right around, at the same time, I was playing in this Pentecostal church, so I know about being there a lot.
Yeah, the
It's
church
crazy.
is definitely, I think for me, it was one of those just very connective things, It was a force in my life, because it was my first taste of music, and also, like, the deep love that I have for that.
Yeah.
And, I think I had a lot instilled in my head from it all coming from church, to where music has always been something very, like, positive for me. And I know, a lot of people, I always get told, by everybody who's older than me, because I am the baby of all groups, really.
I can't imagine that.
Yeah, I'm the baby. Unless my brother's tagging along with me, then I'm like, you're the baby,
That's funny.
But I think it's always just been a very positive force for me, and I'm very thankful for that.
So when did you start writing songs, like writing your own songs?
I remember this one song I wrote, and I don't think I've ever actually told anybody about this.
Uh-oh.
But I remember this one song that I wrote when I was 6 or 7 years old.
Wow.
And my dad had this, like, wardrobe thing in my room at the end of my bed. I had a really little room in the house that we used to live in, and my dad did, like, everything to make it mine. Like, he put a canopy up. It was so fancy.
That's
I love
awesome.
my room. Anyways, so at the end of my bed, there was this little wardrobe, and it had a mirror. And I used to just stand in front of that mirror and dance and sing and, because I could. I wanted to be famous. And who better in the crowd than me, cheering me on?
Right, absolutely.
So I remember this one song I wrote when I was really little, and it just, it's catchy, but I never tried to do nothing with it. But, I think I really started seriously writing when I hit probably 7th grade. I wrote every day.
So about 12, 13.
Yeah, I wrote every day through middle school pretty much. Whether it was just stories or songs or poems or anything, I was always writing something. I love writing.
That's cool. I want to come back to that. But speaking of writing, why don't you play one of your songs?
Heck yeah. So this song right here that I'm going to do for you, you actually played on this. So this is awesome.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this one's called I'm Just a Fool, and it's kind of a blues tune.
I like this one.
Yeah.
I like this one.
Because you get to go ham on the keys. Yeah, but this one's called I'm Just a Fool, and I hope y'all enjoy this one, whoever's out there watching.
Karlee Raye, y'all, here you go.
Oh, how I wish you'd change your mind, and you'd come back to me and love me like you did once upon a time. Oh, I'm just a fool, I ain't nothing but a fool for your love. Oh, how I wish you'd turn around and that you'd pick me up where you left me on the ground. I'm just a fool, I ain't nothing but a fool for your love. You call every night, doing me wrong, instead of coming home and doing me right. 'Cause you know I can't let you go. One of these days I'll be gone. I'll find me somebody who ain't hell-bent on doing me wrong. But without you, can I go on? Oh, how I wish I could be strong. I could tell you no, no, no. Tell you goodbye, farewell, so long. I'm just a fool, I ain't nothing but a fool for your love.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. So, what's the name of that one again?
I'm just a fool.
And
I am.
I am definitely a fool. My beautiful wife sitting right over there will tell you I'm a fool. I'm a fool for you, girl.
Ow.
Hey.
Ow.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I have that. That's my face for the camera, guys.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, there it is. So I'm just a fool. So, where can people get that, Karlee Raye?
So right now I'm actually in the works of an album. I only have one more song to do. Whoop whoop, and then things are all coming out your way. And I'm gonna be selling CDs. So definitely, keep an eye on my social media pages for advertisements for that type of stuff.
Speaking of that, tell us about your social media pages. Is this the correct?
Yes, that's it. Karlee Raye Music. So you can find me pretty much anywhere. Just looking up Karlee Raye Music. You can find me on Twitter or TikTok or Facebook or Instagram, any of those types of things. And I know my Snapchat is not that, but my Snapchat's pretty boring for all the other young people of my generation. It's it's nothing important to follow. People ask me about that quite a bit.
I have Snapchat.
I like to play with the filters.
That's all I do. That's all we do. That's all Angie and I do with it. We play with the filters. That's about it.
Yeah, but you can pretty much find me anywhere just looking up Karlee Raye music on social media. And, just like I said, keep an eye out for those. We have posts and, announcements that we're definitely going to be getting out there to you guys when the album is released and, everything as to how you can buy it, pre-orders, things like that.
Do you have kind of a projected time frame of when you hoping it will come out?
I will say by the fall, definitely, is my thoughts. So probably like another month.
Nice. That's awesome.
I'm really excited.
So just a little bit ago, you were talking about the songwriting thing. You were talking about, kind of when you started. I mean, so when you said you were around 12 or 13, you just started writing, writing
every
everything.
day. Yeah, every day. Like I said, it wasn't always songs. Sometimes I would just write down letters to myself or letters to people that I wanted to talk to and just didn't get a chance to talk to that day, or I'd write stories or poems. Sometimes they were songs. I just wrote all the time. It was very therapeutic for me. And as I got older, I think I put a lot of stress on myself because I was like, you need to not just be a writer, you need to be a great writer, and I mean, while that is true, there is importance in mastering a skill, but you
got to crawl before you walk.
Exactly. And I like to run. I like to just run.
You.
I'm not a crawler. I'm not a walker. I like to run.
I'm not a patient person either.
Me either. It's very bad. Blessing and a curse, I reckon. But all that being said, I got really serious about writing as far as my music goes when I was probably about 15, 16. So when I got immersed into the local music scene outside of church and things like that. So that was when I really started taking it serious and like trying to bring it to another level and work with people to better my own self. So
absolutely that's pretty impressive.
Well, thank you.
That's really impressive. So I met you at the Fainting Goat Studio, as where I meet a lot of you really cool people out there. And I was really hoping Willie would be here, but he's I think he's at a songwriter thing.
There's actually a songwriters meeting happening tonight in Bedford at Clam Diggers. In downtown Bedford and all that city.
So Willie, you're here in spirit, buddy. We love you. Wish you were here, man. But you got things to do. We understand because he's a very important people.
I know, right? Willie Gurley is in high demand.
Is he? You know what? And that, let me go to here. Let me look at some of these comments, Karlee Raye. Let me see what people.
I see my mom's comment at the top. I'm curious to know what that says.
She says, "Hi guys."
Oh, okay. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hello.
Molly Henry. She says, "Hi, Shannon." She says, "Heard amazing things. Love to chat bookings."
Oh.
She's talking to me, not you.
She can talk to both of us for all I care.
Tim Ellis says hi. Hello,
Me and
Tim
Shannon
Ellis.
are about to be a duo.
That's right. That's right. So let's see here. There's Willie. Hey, y'all. Hey, man. When you were in elementary school, your mom said. Oh, so that must have been something we were talking about earlier.
Oh, yeah, probably the writing or something like that.
So, yeah. So we got all kinds of people chiming in here. So when did you, Karlee Raye, when did you kind of decide, you know what, it's time for me to go out there and show the people what Karlee Raye is made of?
Honestly, that's a pretty good question. Honestly, I think for me, it was one of those things where, like, my dreams were very naive in a sense because, of course, as a little girl, every little girl wants to be a singer, wants to be a pop star, a rock star, at some point. And, don't get me wrong, I still want to be the best of the best, but I think I just view it in a different light. And I think the past actually year or two out of the whole 4 or 5 years I've been doing this have been the years that really have shaped me into that. Like, what do I want to be? What message do I want to spread? How am I going to show the people that this is Karlee Raye, And I think that's kind of where I'm at now, but it didn't really start, honestly, until a few years into it. I had to kind of stumble around for a while in the local music scene, work with all kinds of different people. I mean, all kinds of different people with all kinds of different music, and really just find out what it was that fulfilled me. And I found out very quickly that not being the boss was not for me. So I found out very quickly that I like to be the leader. So, thus is Karlee Raye Music. And I really started, taking a hold of my page and developing a brand around myself. And it's kind of gone from there.
I think it's cool, when people kind of find their spot, and not everybody can be the leader. I mean, I'm definitely not. I've always been comfortable in my role as a sideman. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And I mean, that's the thing. I feel like people automatically hear the word, leader, and they think that person is, top of the top. And it's like, honestly, all the people I work with, I consider my team.
Absolutely.
It's a unit, because even though I may be the leader, I definitely couldn't do it without all the other people that I have.
Well, it is a team, and every team definitely has to have a leader.
Oh, yeah.
And I knew a long time ago I am not that person. And it's and being the leader, you're kind of responsible for everything, your own successes, your own failures. I mean, it's all so much pressure. And I say all that to say, that's a luxury I never had to worry about, being a side guy.
Yeah.
But now, kind of I'm in a different scenario now. And I'm finding out just how hard it is. With my own little, my duo project, it's tough.
It is, but I'll tell you, it's very rewarding, though. That's the one really good thing about all of it is, despite how hard you work, how exhausted and hungry you may be, despite all of that, at the end of the day, you go to bed with this awesome product, with this awesome thing that you've created, that you've put your heart into, and it is solely your own self. And that's why I love music so much, because there are no rules. Nobody can tell you what you need to sound like, or who, or what you need to look or be like. You can become literally whoever you want to be.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't matter how that reflects on, your physical presence or anything like that. It is solely about who you want to be, and it's awesome. I love it.
I completely agree.
But it is a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot. And I can't imagine, like I said, not being a writer myself, and not being a leader of any kind of a project. Like when you're out there and like you're doing like your original songs. Yeah. And people are like singing them back to you.
I know
that's got to be
when
pretty.
It gets crazy.
That's got to be pretty awesome.
Wild.
As a writer, that's got to be pretty incredible.
That's something I really long for, and that's something I want to accomplish. That I want to be at that level where people, not only are liking what I am singing to them, but they're actually liking what I have to say. And they're reciting it back to me. That's a whole different level. That's just like.
Yeah.
That is the reward right there. That is the ultimate reward. And honestly, like, just the most humbling and like most respect you can feel. Like, you just feel so good. It's awesome.
That's pretty incredible.
That's the goal.
That's the goal. Well, let's do another song.
Heck yeah.
Or you do another song, and
You want to sing me a little ditty?
You sing a little ditty.
Okay. You talked me into it.
All right.
This one's called Seven Hills. It's actually a little story about this one here.
All right.
I was walking around mighty mad at the universe one day for whatever reason. I was just in a typical Karlee Raye mood. Sometimes, even Karlee Raye has moods too.
Oh.
I was having my own little thing going on.
Different moods
for
the
sure.
Different moods of Karlee Raye.
Yeah, this was not one that goes on stage. And so anyways, I was just not feeling it that day, and I was walking around just cussing at the universe and having it out with my own self, And then I sat down and I was like, well, you know what? If you're just going to be so dang angry and so bitter and just pissed off, then you ought to just go write a song about it. At least be productive. Mm-hmm. And so that's what I did. And I sat down, and in about 45 minutes, I had 90% of this song. And then I wrote the other half of it the next morning, and here it is. So
all right.
Hope y'all enjoy this.
What's the name of it?
Seven Hills.
Seven Hills, y'all. Here you go. Go for it, girl.
This town ain't much on holding dreams, it seems. This town ain't much on holding you and me. I'll turn my wheel to the west, drive as far as I need to forget the rest. I'll set myself free. I've got places to be and faces to meet, things to do and things to see. I'll set myself free. This town ain't much on holding dreams, it seems. These boots ain't never been much on standing still. These boots won't much on standing still until I saw your face, felt your embrace. How I wish I could stay in one place, but babe, I need free will. Your heart and mine could intertwine, but I'm an hourglass running out of time. So babe, I need free will. These boots ain't never been much on standing still. Mama always told me not to lose myself standing in one place, staring at one face. And Mama always told me not to dig my heels too far in the ground, so I keep on roaming around. This heart ain't never been much on settling down. This soul ain't never been much on growing old. This soul ain't never been much on being told to keep my feet on the ground, not to soar too high above the clouds alone. I must go to clip my wings and shatter my dreams as the sacrifice that you bring alone. I must go. This soul ain't never been much on growing old. And Mama always told me not to lose myself standing in one place, staring at one face. And Mama always told me not to dig my heels too far in the ground, so I keep on roaming around. This heart ain't never been much on settling down. This heart ain't never been much on settling down. This heart ain't never been much on settling down.
Yeah. That's cool. That's pretty cool. So it's so weird. I've played some shows with you, and we've played that.
Yeah.
I had no idea you wrote that.
Yeah, that's me.
That's
a lot of people.
That's
actually,
a Karlee Raye song.
Yeah, sometimes I sneak it into shows. Sometimes I'll admit it. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and just totally reveal myself here.
You're getting a lot of things off your chest tonight.
Oh, for sure. Heck yeah. I mean, it's you, Shannon. I ain't got nothing.
Oh, it ain't me. There's a therapist in the room.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, her therapist energy is like.
I know. It's
just
invading me.
It's just bringing out all this confessional stuff, man.
Sorry, guys. No, but I'll go ahead and just reveal it. You know, right here. You know, when it comes to my original songs, sometimes when I don't know if they're good or not, I'll simplify down the playing and I'll settle for what the band can get at that moment. And I'll be like, hey guys, you ever heard this song? Okay, well, let's try it real quick. And I won't tell anybody I wrote it, and then I'll play it. And if people like it, then I'm like, that was a great song. And then if nobody looks at me, I'm like, we're never doing that ever again.
Right.
That was awful.
Yeah.
But a lot of the time people don't know it's me. Sometimes they
blame
do.
Jason.
Right? No.
Say Jason wrote that song.
No, not Mr. Demets.
Oh.
You know, he actually just did record a song recently, and I'm really excited for him to release it.
Really good.
Oh yeah, you wait till you hear it. You know, y'all should definitely go check out my friend and my band member, Mr. Jason Dement. He plays bass with me. He's an awesome instrumentalist, awesome artist, and
his lovely wife
just,
Kova.
Yeah, and his lovely wife Kova. You know, she does harmonies and percussions with me in my group. You know, we have a trio, and they're also part of my full band as well. But yeah, he's releasing a song here soon, so y'all better keep your eyes out for that, because I've already heard it, and I'm excited.
Oh, I'm looking forward to hearing it.
I'm excited about it.
That's cool. That's cool. So talking about those guys, I mean, when did you kind of form the Karlee Raye band with Jason and Kova? And
everybody always asks that, and it's kind of crazy. You know, sometimes when you meet people, it just, you can't really remember when you meet them. It just feels like they appeared and they've always been there.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of how it feels like with Jason and Kova, you know.
I'm married to somebody like that.
Yeah, well, I'm not married to neither of them. I think God, me and Jason bicker like siblings. Like we're always, even on stage, I don't care when or where, and neither does he. We're always just, I don't know. He's like honestly one of my best friends. Him and Kova both.
You put him in the headlock.
What?
You put him in the headlock.
Every now and then.
Yeah.
Nah, he gonna watch this and be mad at me now.
How big a boy are you?
But yeah, I heard one night I had a friend call me up, and Jason and Kova were playing at a restaurant, and they were saying, hey, you know, Jason and Kova are playing here. You should come down here. You know, Jason and Kova have really been loving your stuff. They really want to meet you and talk to you about some collaboration. So me, being me, I'm like, heck yeah, you know, let's go check these people out. Well, you know, I knew their names because they had been on my Facebook liking my stuff and leaving comments, but I had never met them. And when I walked through the door, it was like they treated me like I was family. Like they knew
awesome.
my face. They just knew. They immediately, both of them walked up to me, gave me the biggest hug, the warmest welcome. And the next thing I knew, I was on the stage. And then from there, it just became this friendship. You know, I genuinely started to like these guys. And you know, over time, it's kind of like they're just like my band family now. They're my family now. You know, they're amazing people. And the bond you get to build with people like that through music is incredible. And I'm thankful for it, you know.
Yeah.
But we've been together probably, oh, Lord. 3 years? 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
That was my next question. How long you guys been
about
together?
About 3 years now. So we've been rocking it for a minute now, and they've been with me for pretty much half of this journey that I've been on, which is nice. So.
That's pretty awesome. So talking about playing shows, you play out quite a bit.
Yeah, a good bit actually. I have a lot going on all the time. Actually, this weekend, I've got some stuff lined up. So Friday, I'm at Portside Grill and Bar on the Lake from 5 to 8, I believe. Double check my event, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, please, at Karlee Raye Music. Don't quote me, but it's 5 to 8. I'm almost positive.
All right.
And then Saturday, I'm at Buddy's Barbecue from 6 to 9. That's in Rocky Mount. Really cool little spot. Both of these places are like two of my favorite places to play. Really fun shows, good environments, good staff. So y'all get your butts on out here this weekend.
Are you playing with the full band? You playing solo?
Actually, these are solo shows.
Okay.
I may have a surprise guest with me on Saturday, but I'm not positive yet. So I'm going to go ahead and say that it's probably just me this weekend.
Okay.
But that's okay. I'll keep you guys company.
But there's a possibility.
You have to come to the show to find out. Oh, my gosh.
And which one's it going to be? Yeah. I don't know. You're going to have to come to both to find out. That's right.
So weekend with Karlee Raye.
So before we went live, we were talking about how our mutual pal in the studio audience here with us, Roger. Woo-woo.
Roger Reed, ladies and gentlemen. Ow!
Yeah. I'm telling you, man. I'm learning this thing, y'all.
Heck
yeah. So, so about that. No, anyway. We were talking about you were playing at the Dr. Pepper Park.
Oh, yeah. So I actually got the opportunity. I'm so thankful for that. I got the opportunity to play at Dr. Pepper Park and open for Granger Smith, which was honestly that moment for me. I don't know if anybody else really realized it, and I understand, you know, there's always, in my brain, you know, there's always more to do and more to be and more to see and learn, you know, so I'm always looking at the next step, but that moment right there almost paused me in my tracks and was just like, this is the first time you're opening for a national act. that's a big deal.
It's
you know,
starting.
That's what I'm saying.
It's starting.
And like this is the whole day. Like I woke up that morning, I was on it. Like I was on the grind. You know, I had all my guys on the phone by like 10 o'clock that morning, and I was like, "What are you doing?
Wake up!
It's show. We've like 7 hours till showtime. Wake up! You know, like you know." So just that type of thing. But it was one of those moments that really just. It paused me in my tracks. It made me so happy because it was like I knew that that's what I was supposed to be doing. Nothing feels that good, and just isn't meant to stay in your life. Like it's just, it was amazing.
It's a total rush. Like nobody.
You can never.
You can't describe it. You just can't describe it.
You
either get it or you don't.
It's an incredible feeling.
And then so.
I hope so. Yeah, actually, so the whole point of bringing Roger into that is to tell you guys. So I met Roger.
Hang on. Every time we mention Roger, we got he's got his own little theme.
He's got
stinger.
It's gonna be like the guest star.
Anybody seen Roger?
Get the hand going.
See, well, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No,
I'm being
that's
stupid.
Pretty good. But I met Roger. Oh Lord, it's been a while. It's been about the time I got with Jason and Kova was when I met you, and Roger. Yeah, actually in Rustburg. And again, Roger's one of those people, you know, like I was saying, that you just meet and it just kind of feels like they appeared in your life. Like, hey, like you feel like you've just seen that. Go ahead. I feel like, you know.
I couldn't resist. You said Roger twice. I was like, I got to hit the button.
Sorry,
I got to hit the button.
Him.
Yeah.
So when he and I met.
We're at pronouns now.
Yes,
okay.
Yes. We're no longer on a first name basis. But anyways, so all that being said, you know, he's just one of those people that, you know, I met him and he immediately was just on the Karlee Raye train.
That's
and
cool.
I just, you know, aside from him loving me, I learned and like I really got to know Roger, and I love Roger. You know, Roger's one of my favorite people to see out, you know, at places. I see Roger and I'm like,
Roger.
I'm sorry. I see Roger
is
out
good people,
and he is, and you know, I see him. I run up, jump in his arms, and you know, he's my buddy. And you know, he definitely helped me as far as a lot of places that I've played, and you know, just always spreading the word, and always, you know, just on my side. And like I get text messages from him every now and then, and he's like, "Just gave your card to somebody, just gave your phone number to somebody." I'm like, "Thanks, man. You know, this is great." Like, so it's, you know, Roger's a cool guy.
He's the Roger.
He's a
All
G,
right.
is what he is.
So,
Roger's awesome.
So he's the leader of Team Karlee.
Basically like my fan club in a way.
Team
like,
Karlee. He's the leader of Team Karlee.
You know those things Facebook does when you run a business where it says your top fan is Roger's always in my top fans. It's like 5 people and Roger's always in my top fans. Always, without fail. Go ahead.
Yes. Okay, that's the last time. I'm sorry. I promise.
It's not the last time.
No, that's the last. Okay, yeah, you're right. One more. Let's get it out of my system. But so you opened for Granger Smith.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
did you get your chance to meet him, say hello?
Actually, I'm gonna set this down so I can.
Oh.
I didn't actually.
Do you need to move to the couch over where the therapist is?
No. I was just going to show you what I did. So, I actually didn't get to. What did my mom say?
Your mom says.
Stop pushing the dang button.
She says, "Oh, hit it again." No. She says, when Karlee makes the big time, Roger is going to be her personal chef.
Straight up, he is. He's the best.
Oh, she said his name.
She said his name. See, told you it wasn't the last time. But that day it was very crazy. It was very hectic. It was also very cold and rainy. So a lot of the people in the band or the bands in general weren't out unless they really had to be. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, I was standing there under the bridge with Waynette, the owner and everything of Dr. Pepper Park, and we were standing there talking, and I see Granger Smith walk off the stage, and I felt immediately like such a fangirl, and I did not feel like, and the whole day I had been riding on I'm the opening act. I'm the opening act. This is a big deal.
They called me for this.
They called me for this. I'm feeling good. I'm a little cocky at the moment because I'm at Dr. Pepper Party. I'm about to step on the stage. Why wouldn't you be a little cocky?
A little full of yourself.
But then I see him walk out there, and I'm like, oh, my God. And I literally shouted in front of this businesswoman. It was so embarrassing. I shouted in the middle of our conversation across the street, "Hey, Granger Smith, hey!"
Oh, my God.
And I immediately wanted to just smack myself in the face. But he looked at me, and he didn't say anything, which I don't blame him, because that was probably a little bit of a sight to see, me in my show decor. Like, it was not, it was something to see, man. It was something to see. And I said it like a little kid, too, and I just.
Did he acknowledge it?
Well, he went like this. Just like he did not, he was like, yeah, okay, like he had no idea who I was, which was fine, but like, but I spoke to him. I said, hey. Actually, I didn't speak to him. I yelled at him from across the street.
So it kind of felt like.
Yeah, honestly, for me, it kind of did. I'm sure for him, it felt great because he was like, oh, like some, another girl calling my name. But then for me, like, as the way I said it, like, you ever just say something and you're
I've done that a couple of times.
My mouth is so much faster than my brain.
Yeah.
I'm just going to tell you, like, it doesn't stop.
I know this ain't the PC thing to say, so I'm just going to say it like this. To quote the movie Tropic Thunder.
Okay.
A couple of people I met, I went full retard. I did. I was just, I got.
Honestly.
I love you, man. It's just it's like, dude, yeah. That's it. And immediately, it's just like, you know what? I have to stop myself. It's like, dude, I got to catch my breath. I can do this. I can speak clearly.
That's how I felt, man.
But I just, I totally get it. You're just like, oh my God, you just.
I probably would have gotten so much further had I walked over to him and been like, hey, Granger Smith, my name's Karlee Raye. I'm your opening act today. Just thought I'd introduce myself to you. But instead, I had to go it was like letting a puppy loose.
It'd have been awesome if you'd been
like,
it'd have been so cool if you'd been like, hey, Granger Smith, how you doing, man? I'm Karlee Raye. I'm your opening band. You're welcome.
Yeah. Right? No, I wouldn't. But that's how I imagine myself being in that moment, and then that's not at all what I was like. In that moment.
No. There's only been a couple of times where I just went my brain just collapsed.
My brain can't handle it because I think sometimes
too much
it's
to process.
It is because sometimes when you.
And my brain's not fully functional as it is. It's full on.
It's just a few chicken nuggets short of a full Happy Meal.
Yeah.
That's how my nanny would say it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Or she'd say, not all your rooms upstairs are furnished.
I like that
That's
one.
how my nanny says
I like
that
one. So is she still with us? Is she still alive?
Yeah, my nanny's still getting it. My nanny is the feistiest,
So how proud
lady.
of you is Nanny?
My nanny, okay, guys, they're like 3 of my favorite people on this universe. It's like Jesus and Dolly Parton and my grandma. I love them all, okay, very equally. My grandma is the best thing ever. Like my best friend,
cool.
Honestly. I love her so much. I'm very thankful for her. I do kind of give her credit for my music inspo, wanting to do this.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
Yeah, my nanny's still getting it. My nanny's awesome. She's very proud of all of this. She's always been my biggest supporter, and no, I take that back. Her and my parents are like my biggest supporters. They're like my fan base. But my nanny's always been the person that, my parents, because I was so young, always had to kind of crack down on me when it came to business to teach me how to do it properly. It's not, you don't just start running a business when you're 15, 16 years old.
Right.
So that being said, they had to crack down on me sometimes, which is hard for a kid because, but my nanny was always the person on the sidelines that was like, just keep going. Like,
encouraging
just keep going. Yeah. Like, look at you. Like, she thinks I'm famous, and that to me is like what matters. So, like, my granny thinks I'm a superstar.
So I imagine she was front row and center at the opening of the Granger Smith.
Actually, she couldn't make it because of the way the weather was. My nanny, you gotta give her some cred. She's in her 70s, but she still gets it. But every now, our thing is this, my nanny's thing, because she doesn't come out a whole lot. I always go over to her house and we'll sit on her back porch and I'll play and sing, which is actually
That's
how
awesome.
I learned how to play guitar. Like I
Is
would
it?
go. Well, I mean,
It's kinda-
I took lessons, but I taught myself a lot of stuff at home. Made it a point to always try and learn new songs and whatnot. And I spent a lot of time at my nanny's house. And when I was younger, Nanny would always go around the house whistling. My nanny's an excellent whistler. I'm not kidding. Like,
Really?
It's impressive. I can't whistle, but it's impressive because she'll always be in key.
What would you call that? A whistleist?
A whistleist, yes.
Whistleist?
She's an incredible whistleist. And so she would always whistle, and I would just sit in the kitchen with my guitar, sit on the back porch with my guitar, and I'd listen, and I'd find what key she was in and what chord that would be and how to play it. And next thing I knew, I would be playing what she was singing. And she'd go, "What are you playing?" And I go, "What are you singing?" And then she'd start singing, and I'd start playing, and we had a song, So
Yeah.
that's kind of our thing.
That's pretty
My
cool.
nanny gets her own personal shows. She's too special for all them big crowds.
That's pretty awesome. Let's do another song or two.
Here for it.
Wait, what's this next one you gonna be doing there, girl?
I have no idea.
Oh, it's in the floor down there in front of you. There you are. There you go.
I got long arms.
What's a good thing?
Yeah, I dropped my guitar pick. Whoopsie daisies.
I know.
Yeah, let's hit them with another one.
What's this one?
I'm actually gonna do an unplugged version of a song that's on the album, which you actually also played on this one as well. So I wrote a song, at the very beginning, at the pandemic, like when it first hit, and I only had like a verse and a chorus, and I had an idea, and that's all I had for about 2 years. And
Oh, wow.
I sat on that song through the whole pandemic, hated the song through the whole pandemic. It was terrible. I hated it, did not know why. Just didn't like it. And then I got up with one of my good friends, and he helped me finish writing it. And, one thing led to another, and I recorded it. But when I recorded it, it was nothing like what I thought it was going to be like, which I'm totally fine with because I love both ways that the song is. Like, it's not supposed to have one form. It's just one of those things that as an artist, I can be comfortable with the fact that there is a full-on studio version and then there's an unplugged version.
Right.
So this is definitely unplugged version, but this song's called World Won't Stop. Know you think you're grown, but baby, take your time. Wake up in the morning and watch the sun rise. The world is spinning fast, you're just here for the ride. Oh, enjoy the time that you're given, because the world won't stop turning for you. You know the flowers will keep on growing. Oh no, the world won't stop turning for you. You know the oceans will keep on flowing. Oh no, the world won't stop turning for you. You know the flowers will keep on growing. Oh no, the world won't stop turning for you. You know the oceans will keep on flowing. What you gonna do when things don't go your way? Are you gonna keep on going or lead yourself astray? You think you're running out of time, but you're running in a daze, baby. Don't fade away, because the world won't stop turning for you. You know flowers will keep on growing. Oh no, the world won't stop turning for you. You know the oceans will keep on flowing. Oh no, the world won't stop turning for you. You know the flowers will keep on growing. Oh no, the world won't stop turning for you. You know the wind's gonna keep on blowing. Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah,
That's one of my originals.
That was a
called
fun
World Won't
tune.
Stop.
Yeah, and I tell you what,
In the actual studio version, when we release this, I do plan on having 2 different versions. I plan on having an unplugged,
like a bonus track kind of a thing.
Yeah, definitely.
That'd be
so
cool.
I'm definitely gonna do an unplugged version, but that studio version with
that
everybody,
studio version was sick.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
You were on that. You played keys, and did you play anything else on that?
I played that one. No.
I won't reveal all your secrets because I know what else you did.
Willis played guitar and sax.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that song is amazing. Actually, I love it. I love the way it turned out. And like I said, it turned out nothing like what I thought. But the thing is, I really didn't have an idea. I kind of just went in with a little bit of a plot and was like, yeah.
You know, that one, it's so cool. I'm a huge Bruce Hornsby fan. I love Bruce Hornsby, and one of the things I love about him is like he'll take his own songs. It's like, man, let's just do a crazy version of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that song right there, that's one of those songs that you could do it
anyway.
You could do it just about any way, really.
Yeah, and that was kind of, I didn't really realize that until we went to record it, and then I was like, oh my gosh, like this song, because y'all were all, all the guys in the studio that were playing were asking me for direction, and I'm sitting there thinking, well, which way do I go? Like, let's just try it like 7 or 8 different ways and pick.
I mean, why not? Yeah.
And that's kind of what we did. We just kept playing it until it felt right, and we worked out all the kinks. But it's definitely
that
one's
definitely one of the ones I'm excited to see what people say about that. And it's really cool. You being a songwriter, and you being so young. I mean, you've got the CD that's coming out, you got like some straight up country, you got some straight up bluegrass, you got a blues tune, you got like some of that kind of that blue-eyed soul, and that tune talking about Willis, that other track that he played on Voodoo Ride.
Oh yeah. Well, see, that's the weird thing about the whole album is, this whole album is something that
it's eclectic.
It's very eclectic. Well, I mean, if you know me, I'm a very eclectic person. You should see my room. It's ridiculous. I just love all kinds of different things, and I love all kinds of different music. I was raised around all kinds of different music. My family wasn't like hardcore country or hardcore rock and roll or hardcore anything. We just liked what we liked, and as an artist, that definitely shows for me. I think for me, on this album, when I started writing a lot of these songs, I had no intent of an album at that time because I was so young. Like some of the bluegrass song, one of them I wrote is one from 7th grade that I actually took out and rewrote as a 19-year-old and then recorded. So, like I said, some of those songs weren't necessarily like meant in the same way they are now, like intended to be recorded and on an album. So I kind of have all these different pieces of little projects and little moments of my life, because they were all written at such different times. They were not written just sitting down one night. This is a matter of years, and I went back and found some of these songs and amped them up, and I think that is what's kind of interesting about the album, is it is kind of like a story for me in a way, because if you listen, you can hear and feel all the different moments that I had, but at the same time, it's you don't know what to do with it, because it's a little bit of everything, and where do you find that? I guess here with Karlee Raye.
And I like that whole hodgepodge, that kind of aspect. Just throw it out there, see what sticks.
I mean, and the way I feel about it too, I kind of had to come to terms with this, because everybody's been like, well, what's the genre? And I'm like, oh, you tell me.
There's something for everybody.
It is something for everybody. And I think, honestly, I kind of got to this point where it's like, we as people are not just one thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're never going to just be one thing. You're going to be a million things in your lifetime, and they're all going to constantly shift and change. Okay, so what makes your music taste so much different? Like, that you mean to tell me that that's not near as complex? Like everything is, So I feel like everybody listening is going to find something and be like, oh, that's my thing. That's my thing. I might hate every other country song on this album, but this hardcore funk song,
that's my thing.
You never know. So.
That's pretty awesome. So I'm kind of going through some of the some of these comments here. Let's see here. My
mom put little clapping emojis.
I saw that.
Thanks, Mom.
Sean, I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. Corin? Yeah, he says, love your original, but can you play any Lou Reed or Velvet Underground?
No. I'm interested. Now you've piqued my interest.
That's like a...
Roger said give her.
That's kind of like that. That's from that era, the kind of that the underground kind of that punk kind of scene.
That's what I'm talking about.
Back in the day. Let's see here. Chris Hansel. Chris Hansel is a keyboard player up in. He's up around Louisville, Kentucky.
Awesome.
I met him when I was out on the road. He said this lady has a beautiful voice and great songs. Really enjoyed it.
Oh, thank you so much.
See, this is what I was hoping for. I don't have a whole lot of followers, but the ones I have love music.
Well,
They're
see,
huge.
and
that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this show, just to do this, to show everybody. Because when I came back to Roanoke, I mean, when I left in the late 90s, I mean, there were some great players here then. Yeah. But when I came back, I mean, the level of talent
you're meeting
that
a whole
is
new
here,
generation of people. Too.
My God, and it is sick, and it needs to get out there. So
I agree.
So and you know you're among some pretty beastly people around here.
Well, thank you. I
it's like we got. It's like I really like working with you. I like working with Hoppy Vaughn a lot.
Oh yeah.
He's coming in next month, so I'm excited to have him on the show.
Hoppy's always interesting to work with. Working with Hoppy Vaughn has definitely been an experience for me, and I absolutely love it every time.
He's so good.
He makes me a better musician. It's crazy.
He's so good, man. People don't realize how good that guy is. So, but it's just, I mean, all the talent here is just, it's unbelievable.
It really is, and that's. When you told me about this and you told me that this is what you wanted to do, it made me so happy because, one, this is a great idea. Two, you're the perfect person to be doing it.
Well, that's really what it
really
was.
Are.
It was just an idea.
But you're the perfect person though for this. Like you really are. Your personality, everything. Everybody I've ever met is like, I love working with Shannon Wickline, and it's like that's the type you can't put a person on the air with a whole bunch of other people when they look at them and go, man, I hate working with that dude.
That guy's like,
everybody loves Shannon.
Oh well, that's good to know. I appreciate that. I love everybody here, man. I love all the people I'm working with, and I'm not going to get into my whole story, but everybody knows what happened during the pandemic with me, and going from that to kind of coming back to the local scene, it's refreshing because I get to play with like different people. So I get to, it's like I'll play with you one night, and I'll play with Hoppy, or I'll play with, my duo. Carol Ann and I, we do a bunch of different type of stuff. So it keeps me on my toes, and it's it's given me kind of a renewed love for it almost.
Yeah, I think that's kind of. Every time I get stuck, because, it happens to everybody, especially artists, every time I get to a point where I feel stuck or, like I'm just staying stagnant, I'm not moving anywhere else, I always try and learn something new. Study something different. Dive into your craft, watch a video or learn some new chords or learn a song that you think is really difficult or learn a song that's not in your genre that you do, because...
Step out of your comfort zone.
Exactly, because honestly, finding and obtaining that level of artistry to be able to go from one end to another, from one extreme to the other extreme, that level of artistry, to have it is a gift, and it's one that you definitely have to work for. It's one you have to retune up. We get comfortable in our artistry, and we're like, well, I can ride with this. And then, like, 6 years later, you're like, man, I miss playing with this person, or I miss playing this type of music. There's nothing wrong with changing it up. That's why you have artists all over the world that go from country music to pop music, or from pop to rap or rock to blues. People change all the time.
Again, there's something for everybody.
Exactly.
I love it. Well, let's do one more song here before we wrap it up.
Can do.
What would you like to do?
I guess another original.
Well, why not
You cool with some more originals?
do another? I'm always cool with originals, of course.
So this one here was one of my first songs I ever recorded in the studio. I wrote this years ago. It's called 611. I guess unofficially is what I call it. I'm always going to call it that. I think that's just...
611?
Yeah, because I wrote it on June 11th, and I was
okay.
16 and had no better ideas in my head. Plus, I wrote the song at like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. I used to fall asleep playing my guitar because that's how much I played my guitar, and I was exhausted. I'd be sitting there with like 2 English essays due, an open guitar case, and me knocked out on the bed.
Yep.
You know.
Oh, yeah.
But
I remember
so
those days.
I woke up one night.
Sorry, Mom.
I'm not sorry. I wrote a good song. I'm happy about this song. I worked really hard to make this song sound the way it does on the record, so I'm not too sorry about it. All that being said, though, I woke up one morning and my guitar was laid over in my bed across my chest, and I was sleeping some type of way, and I was like, well, you're awake and it's out. You might as well, just play your guitar. And this is what I came up with, and this was the first song I legitimately did in the studio.
Okay.
That was mine. I created it. And
I don't know if I've heard this.
I think you have. You might just not know the story.
Oh, okay.
But
It might come back to me if I hear it. All right, here we go.
here I go, here I go, here I go, here I go again. I can feel myself falling. I'm falling hard for you. Well, I was so scared of letting go and feeling this way. But then I looked into your eyes. I couldn't help myself. And maybe it's all of the silly things you say. Or maybe it's the way that you sing my favorite song. Or maybe it's how you brighten up my day. I see it now. I've known it all along. I waited my whole life to find something this strong, just to pull me off my knees, show me where I belong. All the troubles, all the doubts, and all the fears, they've come and gone. Oh, they know where to be found since you've come along. And maybe it's all the silly things you say. Or maybe it's the way that you sing my favorite songs. Or maybe it's how you brighten up my day. I'm seeing now. I've known it all along. exactly how it ends on the album, too, with that abrupt ending.
Abrupt ending.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba.
As we like to say, endings while you wait. So, my young friend,
Yes.
I want to thank you so much for coming on my show.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I've genuinely just had so much fun. You know, I love hanging out with you anyways, but now
that's what I said when we get together. It's always
something.
somebody's going to jail, man. The cops are getting called, man.
See, that's why we keep Roger and Angie around. They can have the bail money ready.
There it is. Yeah.
But thank you so much for having me, and thanks all of you guys who logged on and are watching with us tonight. You know, we appreciate it. And
this is the link right here, y'all. I'm trying to do the Vanna White thing. I'm not
Karlee
very
Raye
good at it.
Music
There it is, right
on
there.
all your different social media platforms. Look it up. Stay up to date. You know, each page we like to create different content for each page. So my Instagram, even though it does give a lot of the same primary information, is different content. So definitely go follow it. You know, stay up to date with some more things, and you know, keep your eyes open for more Karlee Raye.
Absolutely.
And the whole Karlee Raye crew too.
Get some Karlee Raye in your life.
Yeah.
So, one more time for everybody. So, you're playing Friday and Saturday where and when?
So, Friday is Portside Grill and Bar on the lake out here at Smith Mountain Lake. And I'll be there from 5 to 8, I believe. Please double check the event. I do believe it is 5 to 8.
Okay.
And then I know on Saturday I'll be at Buddy's Barbecue in Rocky Mount, Virginia from 6 to 9. Both of these are solo shows, so y'all better come on out and keep me some company. And I'm hoping to maybe sneak a little bit of a guest into one of these shows and give y'all a taste of something different as well.
So, y'all go check her out. If you haven't seen her live, go check her out. I play with you sometimes. It's a lot of fun working with you. It's a lot of fun working with you. You know, it's interesting because, you know, kind of going back to the whole eclectic thing. You know, we'll do a Johnny Cash song, and then you're just like, hey, let's do an Erykah Badu song. I'm like,
you know Erykah Badu?
I'm like, what do you know about Erykah Badu? She's like, I know Tyrone. I'm like, everybody know Tyrone. Let's play Tyrone. Let's do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it's really cool.
Shannon has straight up looked at me on stage at the show in the middle of the song and been like, "What you know about this? What you know about this?
What you know about this?"
Yeah, like I throw Shannon off.
It's grown folk music. What you little young?
What you know about this?
But no, it's a lot of fun. But
Always.
yeah, go check out Karlee Raye. Get some Karlee Raye in your life, and if you're down there at the lake, go check her out. Thank you, girl.
Yep. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you coming on, and I want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching this other episode of Star City Live. I do this purely for fun. I love doing it. I love hanging out with my buddies. I love making music with all these really great musicians and artists and singers and songwriters. And I just get to play and have a good time like all the time. You just get to be part of it, man. It's just fun. It's just fun. I'm like a kid in a candy store, man, literally. It's so fun. But so if you guys are in the Buchanan, Troutville area this Friday, come out to Tammy's place. Carol Ann and I are bringing Shannon, our duo, out to there. And that's a place you need to check out, Karlee.
I know. I think you mentioned it to me
Tammy's
once or
place.
twice, but I need to definitely look it up.
I think you and Tammy would like really get along.
Every woman I've met named Tammy has instantly became my friend.
Tammy's
I don't know what
cool.
that says about me, but literally every woman I've ever met named Tammy.
Tammy's cool. Tammy's place. You got to check that out.
I'm here for it.
So yes. Say again. Oh, Tammy, if you were watching, Angie has a surprise for you Friday night when we see you.
I personally know how big Angie's surprises can be.
Angie's surprises are pretty.
Angie's surprises are. Angie's the best.
Angie doesn't do anything small at all.
I know.
She does not do nothing small.
I'm aware.
So
I found that out very fast.
I was out at the Goat one day. I was out at the Fainting Goat, as I tend to be a lot. I think that's where I was. And
probably.
I don't remember what I was working on, but you had called me or texted me or something, and you're just like, "Hey, you want to go to Hawaii?" And I'm like, I gotta finish a couple of songs first, but yeah.
Dude, people are gonna be watching your live and notice the fact that in the middle of that story, I just bang the heck out of my face on this microphone, and I looked, and I'm still in the camera and everything, man.
I know. I don't know why. I don't know how we kept this PG. I don't know.
Let us go.
I don't know.
We're killing it. I'm killing it right now. I
it's
think we're doing good. I ain't said nothing I wasn't supposed to, did I?
So anyway, yeah, Tammy's Place. You got to check that out.
For sure.
In Buckhannon. So Shannon will be there from 6 to 9. And then if you're in the Newport News area, come on out to Good Vibes. Check out Eyes of Silver. We'll be playing there. I'm not sure what time, but just get there. We'll be there. Just come on out. So thank you again, girl.
Thank you so much. Y'all be as good as you know how to be out there.
And my friend Roger. Always good to see you, man. And my queen. Yes, sir. You're welcome anytime, buddy. So thank you, guys. Tune in back here September the 7th. We got Hoppy Vaughn. That's going to be a fun one, too.
That's going to be a heck of a
That's
show
going to be a fun one, too. It's like, he's another one I met in the studio. I met you in the studio, met him in the studio.
Everybody in the studio, pretty much. Everybody I work with.
Willie's a matchmaker.
He is.
He's a magical matchmaker.
Yeah.
There it is. It sounded better in my head.
That's going to make him so happy.
It sounded better in my head, so he'll appreciate it. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Good night, September 7th. Tune back here and follow us. We got all kinds of stuff going on. So we will see you. You guys take care. Have a great night. Bye.
Bye.
One more time for... See y'all.